I would like to share a piece of my story and discuss some things. I noticed in the New Agey spiritual group, um, there's a lot of people who really dislike the system. The problem with this is um, there's so many people who can't deal with reality. I notice a lot of these people um, can't deal with the way the world is, can't deal with the way people are treated, can't deal with the way it's been designed, can't deal with the way of living that the societal norms suggest we should. And that's good, and that's really, really, really bad because a lot of these people are stuck in positions where they don't want to work, they don't want to, they don't want to do a lot of things, so they're stuck being broke, poor, living off people. And the reason why I say that is I did that for not a long time, but maybe a year and a half, and because like I read up so much and I followed all the fucking what people said on YouTube and online, and I read a lot, and it made me like really have a hatred towards society and the corporation and everything. And I was like, well, fuck this. I'm not gonna work. I'm gonna try to make a living on my own. So I mean, I'm not a lazy guy, but I wanted to try to see if I could do it on my own. Make a living and support myself doing whatever I wanted to do on a day-to-day basis. So I tried to look through everything I could. Online newspapers, spiritual consciousness newspapers that I could write for. Tried making ebooks and tried to see if I pitched it somewhere, if I could somehow use them to provide a little bit of money and like some kind of PayPal account I could bounce around using. I applied it like or contacted like 75 communes, spiritual communes, to see if they had any room for members. I looked into a lot of art jobs. Um, Tried to start my own businesses because I just could not deal with the fact of going back to work for somebody else. Thankfully, my mind is not so offset to where I get stuck in a position and I never think different again. Because after a year or two, I realized, wow, man, this is so fucked up. Like I can't ever go out with people because I don't ever have any money. I can't ever do anything that needs money because I don't have any. If I do go out, I have to always say that awkward thing. Well, I'll go out, but I don't have any money, and then people have to do their awkward thing where they say, oh, I'll front the bill, and it's all good and well, but putting people in that position is really not something I like to do. And thankfully my mother was kind enough to take me in for a while as I tried to swim through these options um, myself. But often, almost daily, I think about the Holocaust. And I think about if these people, that reality wasn't going to change. It depends on what you think. Oh, you so much believe in the law of attraction and Abraham Hicks and all these people that you think you can quantum jump out of a reality and move into a whole different one where you're in a totally different place. This shit's not realistic in my book. And it's like these people must have had to try to somehow deal with the position that they were placed in. I don't know how. Um, but, they weren't going to wake up one day and they weren't going to say, you know what, let's just change this. Let's just get out of here. Let's just change that system. Let's use the law of attraction to build out of here. I'm sure that there's some people that got free. We already know that. And there's some people who were helped out and some people who got out of the country. But this was something that they had to learn to somehow deal with. And I halfway think you have to do that in every reality you're placed in. Because now, and if you're in America, most likely the way you have to live is you have to make income. You have to work for somebody unless somehow you were born into a family, which is awesome. And this happens to some really lucky people, and I think it's really cool. But unless you're born into a family where they've got a bunch of money and you don't have to work, you can do whatever you want to do. You got the money to start a business or start buy an RV and travel around, and you're not worried about making your own income. You've got the time to kind of, you have to get a job, and you have to make a living, because unless you want to be one of those people who you're just going to be a new agey off the wall type of a person who just can't deal with reality, and you're not going to be able to relate to anyone. You're not going to be able to relate to friends, family. I was there. I hated everyone, because I was like, oh, you guys don't like me because I live different. And you can't accept me because I know more than you, and DDD, and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, sure, there is a sheepish type of thing going on where a lot of people just follow suit, but a piece of it is real. I mean, you can fight the existing reality all you want, but there are some things you need to do. So, like for me now, I'm okay with my job. And I mean, not only do I like it, um, and I've been blessed to go into higher positions and stuff and be my own boss, but it's definitely not, if I had to choose exactly like who I was and how I wanted to lead my day-to-day life, that wouldn't be it. Yet, I can do it and still be happy. I don't have nearly as much time to come on here and talk to you guys and to write shit and to try to move out of that situation to a situation where I can travel and write and make videos for you guys and kind of do one of those things where I travel the world and talk about everything that is beautiful, and and philosophy and spirituality, which I would really like to do. Um, but I can still plan in my mind and know that I'm happy with the reality that I've been placed in. I'm happy with the world. I'm happy with my job. I'm happy with doing this because I understand that it is something in this current reality, like if I was in the Holocaust, that I have to deal with. See, New Age people think that they're so smart and they have everything together because they read some stuff or they followed fucking, I don't know, all these conspiracy things, and it's not so true because you will go crazy, and I meet a lot of crazy people, um, and a piece of you needs to follow suit because if you don't, then like I said, it's gonna be rough, um, and you're gonna be one of those conspiracy foiler hat people who just can't deal with anything, and a piece of you always needs to be free and floating around and swaying, but a piece of you also needs to be the mature lion and handle your shit, because you are here. You're not going to be able to quantum, if you know what quantum jumping is, you're not going to be able to quantum jump out of this reality and meditate yourself into a different reality and wake up one day with a Corvette and millions of dollars that come in the mail. I think that law of attraction shit is bullshit. And I used to really like The Secret, but only because it fed off of my issues. That's what The Secret does. It says, I see people who can't deal. I see people who don't like their existing reality. So let's use something that sounds really nice to get them to pay into our shit. And I liked it. I really did. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. No, that shit don't fucking work, man. You're not gonna have $1 million come tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm not saying life is bad. I love it, but stop fighting the existing reality. Handle your shit. See what you need to do, and do it. Because you know what? You don't have to vote. You don't have to get married and get locked into that situation. You don't have to have kids. You don't have to have all these animals. You don't have to have a big house. You don't have to be material. But you do have to have money. People say, no, you don't have to have money. Money is what ruins us. Okay, try not having money. We'll see how that works for you. I did it, and it's not fucking bright. I mean, I was okay, but I was definitely in a rut and feeling sad for myself. So just get a job. Just get a job. You can still do whatever you want when you have your free time, and you can spend your money on whatever you want. You don't have to be a material person, but you don't have to be stuck in everything everybody else is. Because if you think politics is stupid and you still want to go that route, I'm the same way. I'm not going to feed into any religious bullshit. I'm not going to feed into any politics. I'm not going to feed into any bullshit. But I know that one thing I do have to do is get a job. Because being homeless does not sound better than working for somebody. I'll tell you that. I'm not about to dumpster dive. I hope that enlightened your mind. I hope that helped you out a little bit, because I know a lot of you new age motherfuckers are stuck hating everything, and you got to change your mind, because that's gonna burn your shit up.